Hello, Nigerian football fans and football fans everywhere. Victor James Osimhen is so good, it's almost unbelievable. And I don't think people give him his dues. I don't think he has been given his flowers. Look at what he's done at Galatasaray. Now, we've had the links, a couple of years ago, linked to Chelsea. Even in this transfer window, linked to Chelsea. We've also had links linking him to Manchester United. We've had links linking him to move back to the Italian Serie A with Juventus, very interested in the signature of the striker. We've also had moves, of PSG, Arsenal. But despite all these rumors, despite all these reports, he has never been given, his due regard, his due respect. He's never been given his flowers. Now, when Victor Osimhen was initially linked to a move to Chelsea, a lot of people would say he's not good enough. He just had one season where he scored 20 plus goals, that he's not good enough. We've heard people say something ridiculous like he needs to reduce his weight demands, which is absolutely crazy, something I've never really heard of, especially when you're talking about a player that is at the peak of his powers. Now, in today's video, I just want to run you through Victor Osimhen's career because it seems people want us to forget all the goals he scored for Charleroi while he was alone there. Want to forget all the goals he scored for Lille while he played for Lille and all he did in the Champions League. Also, people want us to forget the 20 odd goals he scored for Napoli, helping them win their first Scudetto title in 3 decades. And also, people want to belittle the achievements he's made at Galatasaray, scoring 37 goals in 41 games. Now, a lot of people, have shifted to an angle where they want to go about character issues. I find that very disturbing because you listen to some podcasts, you watch some people that create content. I feel if you create content, you must do that with integrity. You may not know all the facts, but you should create content with integrity. If you don't know the facts, stay off the topic. But you've heard people say things like this. Listen, I don't quite know Victor Osimhen, but I don't think he's that good. I don't quite know the player, but I think he has character issues. So if you don't quite know the player, then why should you speak on the player? If you don't care to do your research on the player, then why speak on the player? Now, some people like to cite the instance, what happened with Finidi George and the Nigerian Super Eagles. Yes, I would have advised him to approach that differently. But every time you see Victor Osimhen on the pitch, he gives his all 100%. Now, look at something that happened recently. Robert Lewandowski, remember the guy? Dortmund, Bayern Munich, Barcelona now, an absolute legend in football. He came up openly and said this, that he wouldn't play for Poland, except he will never play for Poland again as long as the coach is in seat, is still coaching Poland. And now that head coach has been sacked. Now, would you ever hear Lewandowski being branded as having character issues? I'm not sure you're going to hear that. Now, Victor Osimhen is an absolute game changer. Any club he goes to, he would change the trajectory of that club. If that club is a traditional top 6 club, he will make them a top 4 club. If that club is a traditional top 4 club, he will push them to winning the title. He'll push them to being consistently in a title challenge or winning that title. He just takes you over. He is that extra bite that every team needs. But people choose to rely on rhetoric, rely on false information, falsities, as opposed to doing their own research. Now, we have people say, reduce your salary, it's too much. No one can ever pay Victor Osimhen's salary. But his wage demands are, 12 million euros. And that is not net. People keep saying that 12 million euros net. That's not what it is. Look at what this guy, the new guy signed by Liverpool. Look at what he earns. Florian Wirtz. He earns reportedly 340,000 or at least 300 plus thousand pounds a week. And no one has ever said anything about his wages. Say, oh, that might be too much. Why is he earning it? Everyone appreciates the fact that that is what the market demands. But when it comes to Victor Osimhen, for some reason, it's like that's a problem. He's too greedy for demanding, his wages, what is what. So my advice to teams out there, especially Chelsea, because I think I'm a Chelsea fan and I would like him to go there, but especially for a Chelsea and every other team, if you're hearing these silly narratives out there, don't take them to heart. He is a top class player and an absolute game changer. And for the fans out there, Victor Osimhen is one of those players that once he steps on the pitch, for instance, steps on the hallowed pitch of Stamford Bridge, every fan in the stadium will fall in love with him. Everyone that watches him, that will be watching that game or those games, will instantly fall in love with him because he brings passion to play. He brings leadership to play. Have a minute. Watch Victor Osimhen when his teammate misses a chance. See what happens. See how he treats the teammate. Look at how he demands of his teammates. Let me tell you a little thing about PR that people don't understand. When the system rates you, they say you're passionate. When the system doesn't want to rate you, they say you have attitude issues. So for me, Victor Osimhen is an absolute game changer. I want him at my club. I don't know what you think, but let me know in your thoughts and opinions in the comment section. And also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, click that subscription button, click the like button as well, click the notification bell so you're notified each time a video like this comes on the channel, and also when a live stream is about to go on live. So at this point, I've come to the end of this video, and I'll see you on yet another video. So have a splendid rest of your day. Stay well, stay blessed. Bye bye.